And hello there everyone, welcome back. I, believe it or not, am BogMod. And we are playing The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 2. Where we're going to go visit Sara down at the cafe. Hey Sara. Evening, Reen. Out for a little stroll to see what everyone's up to? Yeah, I guess we should be surprised. You're passing the time with your good friend, Mr. Booze. Well, plan was to have a little get-together with all the instructors to celebrate finally being back. But I'm sure it's survived me and these two. And they're not exactly my first choice for drinking buddies. You might be back with your students, Mr. Einstein. Ah, why come join us, Reen? See right here, the libations are flowing fast and free. That's alright, I wouldn't want to intrude. If I sat down, it'd be all over. I'd never escape. I might have a drink. Oh, the horror! The instructor would hurry that up. There's nothing I can serve this company. I'm just getting sloshed by myself in the corner. You could be a gentleman, of course, said Brandon. Your poor teacher, Reen. He's used to blow this joint. What do you mean? Well, I'm sure not having fun sitting around here, and my chance of getting drunk are plummeting by the minute. I'd rather kick back and relax over the dorm with you. What do you say? Bail Sara out. Yeah, we will. Fine, I'll head to the dorm in a little while. Attaboy. I'm gonna leave these guys to sleep as soon as I can then. See you later. Alright. I'll save you, Sara, by running away! Sara here, and said, wait! Yep, enter the dorm. Alright. What will Sara talk about? And how will it compare with me going to this place with nobody at all?
Finally. Sorry if I kept you waiting.
Not at all. I think I actually showed up a little early. Finally had enough booze for the night, I take it?
Yeah, had enough of the bad company too, so I managed to skedaddle. I figure the others should be able to handle things over at the academy.
I like Thomas.
Just standing here really does bring the memories flooding back, doesn't it? For as long as we spent here, it feels like we've been away even longer. But I'm glad you made good on your word and took it back from the Alliance.
So am I. And I know I couldn't have done it without you. Say, while we're here, why don't we take a little stroll through the place? I'm feeling the itch to see if everything upstairs is like we left it.
It's a date.
Now, if I recall correctly... Oh, her crates of booze. Sara was the prior teacher of Class 7 too, I think. So she actually has more experience with Crow. Am I remembering that wrong?
A shame Crow isn't back with us like old times, huh? In a way, he hasn't changed a bit since his first day. Even then, he was never honest with his feelings.
His hunger to murder the Chancellor.
Oh, yeah. You helped out with the Arcus trials they all did last year, didn't you?
Yep. We sent him all over the country, just like we did with you guys during your field studies. Sometimes, I can't help but wonder that if I'd noticed something was off with Crow back then, we all could have been spared a lot of heartache.
Well, yes, if you had noticed that he was secretly a terrorist leader conspiring to murder the Chancellor, you probably could have headed off a lot of stuff.
I've known him even longer than you guys have. Heck, I was his teacher. I guess I keep thinking maybe there was something I could have done.
But in his defense, he was very clever, and he fooled everybody. He even fooled the intelligence division in the end, even after they'd started to become suspicious of him.
It's not your fault. Crow's planning was meticulous. He'd been setting it up for years. He would have gone through with it either way.
Yes, that's a good point, Reen. No matter what anyone did, he was going to be a murderer. Oh, a sneeze. Uh-oh. A double sneeze. That's right. No one could have stopped him from being a terrorist leader or a murderer, no matter what friendship you might pretend you had.
But I'm not going to sit back and let that be that. We'll face him down, beat him, and bring him back. That's my promise. He'll be back where he belongs, with us. And you'll be there with us too.
He was supposed to graduate this year. Or already graduate. Which means he would have left.
Yeah? I know you'll do everything you can. If anyone can bring Crow back, it's you guys. It's been almost 2 years since I traded in my bracer badge for the whole teacher shtick. But there's never been a day when I regretted making the switch.
Likewise. We couldn't have ended up with a better homeroom teacher. Your methods seemed really bizarre at first, but when I look back, everything you did prepared us for what was to come.
Thanks. It makes me happy to hear that. I'd like to think that you all learned a lot from me, but over the past year, I've learned plenty from you guys too. Things I never learned pounding the battlefield as a Jaeger or during my time with the bracers. But whatever the future holds for me, I know the time I spent here will help guide me in whatever I end up doing next.
Wait, whatever the future holds? You're not thinking of...
You're not going to leave us, are you, Sarah?
I don't even know anymore. No matter which side comes out on top in this war, the Empire's never going to be the same again.
Yes, this is a very good point.
When it's all over, should I stay on as an instructor here? Should I go back to being a bracer? Or branch out to something new? All I know is that I want to be able to support you guys in whatever you decide to work towards, as much as I can. Just how I'm going to do that, I don't really know yet. I'm hoping that fighting through the battle ahead of us brings me an answer.
Well, 1 more year as their teacher would probably do the job.
You really are amazing. You know that? No matter how fast we grow, you're always a step ahead of us, pushing forward into the unknown to show us the way. I'm never gonna be able to measure up to you, am I?
What do you mean?
You're experienced, reliable, always ahead of us, just out of reach, but guiding us forward.
I think you're higher level than her, actually, Reen.
You're strict sometimes, but you're always compassionate, and you bury your weaknesses deep down to be someone we can rely on. And somewhere along the way, I started to hope that one day I'll be able to finally catch up to you, so that we can think of each other as peers, as something more than just teacher and student.
Yes.
Oh.
As things stand, I'm still a long way from being there. When this war is behind us, and life slows back down to its normal pace, there'll come a day when I graduate from Thor's and head out into the world as a real man.
That's true. You have 1 year of Thor's left.
When that day comes, I want to be there for you, in some way, as your equal.
You'll be able to drink with her.
Oh my.
Ooh, got her blushing.
Well, you're just full of surprises tonight, aren't you?
If only you were a little older, Reen.
With all that's been going on, I never realized you felt that way about me. You can be pretty daring sometimes, you know that? I'm sure you're well aware that I go for the classy, mature gentleman type, and not students, though.
Yeah, but we're looking toward the future, right?
I'll be older one day.
Students grow up. Boys become men.
Oh, bold words, Reen, bold words.
Sure, I might not look the part now, but one day I'll be a dashing, handsome gent who can turn even your head.
Gasp.
All right, then. I want you to close your eyes.
Ooh.
In fact, I'm making it a formal assignment. No peeking.
Why?
Shh, no questions. good students are supposed to listen to their teachers.
Ooh.
Well, if you say so.
She kissed his cheek!
Just think of that as a little appetizer. In a couple of years, if you're still hungry for the main course, come and find me. I'll make it worth the chase. Still, there's no need to rush. I'm willing to wait, if you are.
Aww.
Thanks.
This would be a whole lot weirder if it weren't for the fact that, he's basically an adult. It's literally, depending on when his birthday is, a matter of months before there'd be completely no issue, so it's hard to find a moral objection to it. Also, again, fighting in a civil war. Yay! Level 7, which gives us the achievement of worth the wait. Aww. But I don't think they really have much of a history, or not history. They aren't really going to be a pair. I mean, they included it in there, but I don't think it's really an option. Which means... We have just one... So we have two left. We've got... Reen on his own in the dorms. And we've got... Laura! Yeah, we do. Which we're going to do right now. We're going to do the Forever Alone path. I don't think there's anyone else. Him, Sara, yep. Alright. On her own. We don't love anybody. Alone without any talk with them. Enter the dorms! On our own. Ugh, I hope Crow doesn't show up. It feels like that could be one of those sort of things.
It's hard to believe we're finally back. But here it is, our old dormitory. I guess I'll have a little walk around for old time's sake.
Oh, no. He went straight to Crow's room. Oh, Reen, you're the worst.
This room's just how it was left too.
After he finally snuck away to go murder the Chancellor and help spark the Civil War. The first act of the Civil War, in fact.
Seeing it so tidy and empty like this, it's almost as if Crow was never even here to begin with. But he was. And I'll never forget that.
He was here for a few months, plotting, leading a terrorist organization, working for the day when he could finally murder the Chancellor.
He lived here in this dormitory, in this room, and as a part of Class 7. You just wait, Crow. We're coming to get you. For the sake of everyone you left a mark on. For the sake of everyone who cares about you.
I know someone he left a mark on. The Chancellor.
and we won't fail. With Valimar, with all our friends, and with the whole academy behind me, I swear we won't fail. You're coming back with us, whether you like it or not.
So stupid. Which I guess probably is my two main gripes in this game. This crow thing, this ridiculous crow thing, and of course the lack of impact of the Civil War here in the East. That even happens, right? Where they're all talking about, like, man, Civil War. It's like nothing. It's like everything's exactly the same. And the Civil War had absolutely no impact on the city, and that's not great. We try to make the war seem a serious issue. They just didn't have the follow-through necessary. Alright. Which leaves Laura time! Last, and certainly the best, Laura! Just make sure I'm not forgetting anyone. Nope, kill them. Yep. Alright, Laura. Please. Please be the one who's like, screw Crow. Let's stab him in the face when we meet him. I want to see the gymnasium again. So many memories here, both at the pool and the training hall. But I mean, we all had lessons in the practice hall. You're practicing your swordship under the fencing club left it empty. Honestly, my most vivid memory of the place is my fight with Angelica. It's hard to forget getting hit like that. So waiting for a chance to fight one-on-one, to be honest. Three together, I imagine it'd be quite the duel. I think so, too. When this is all over, we'll get the chance. Reen, there's a favor I'd like to ask of you. Huh? Sure, what's up? Being our dormitory visit later on, well, very much like your company, if you have the time, of course. Of course! I would be the happiest to join you. Spend some more time with Monica, but after that I'll make my way down to the dorm. Yay! Yay for Laura! Let's turbo run! There we go. Yeah, we're gonna head inside. Meet Laura. The lovely Lady Laura. Triple L.
Oh, I didn't think you would already be here.
Hey, Laura. Did you finish taking care of things then?
I believe so. It truly does feel strange to be back here, though. It's been a long road to return here, and yet, return we did. This building holds so many memories for us. I couldn't even begin to count.
It sure does. Well, while we're here, you want to walk around inside for a bit? I'm curious how things are upstairs, too.
Sure, I'd like that.
Ah, Laura. Truly, you are Reen's best match. There's her room with her sword. Don't know why it's there. Now, don't ruin it with too much crow talk. That's all I ask, Laura. That's all I ask.
I don't know why, but there was a little part of me that expected to find Crow here waiting for us. I mean, not literally expect, but there was just a little voice in my head going, what if, while walking around.
I can hardly blame you. I felt the same. Instead, he's another obstacle we have to overcome. One of many.
That's right.
Yeah. Still, we've been able to face every challenge that's come our way up till now. Why wouldn't our fight to bring Crow home be the same?
That's a good way to look at it. Nothing stands a chance at declaring victory over Class 7's combined might, or our two swords. Speaking of, Reen, I realize I've asked this once before, but do you like the path of the sword?
Hearing that brings back memories. You really caught me off guard when you asked me that back in Celtic. Any reason it's on your mind again?
I was just curious. It feels as though after our impending battle, things will never be the same. And so before that happened, I wanted to hear your answer one more time. For all I know, that answer's changed.
Ah, right. Well, it hasn't. My answer's exactly the same now as it was then. Swordsmanship is like a part of me. It's always been there, and it always will be. It's not a case of liking it or not, it's just part of who I am. Both my swordsmanship and my sword are me in a way.
Maybe you'll be happy to know that my feelings on the subject haven't changed either.
Yeah. See, this is a nice little moment. And they barely talked about Crow.
My stance and my resolve are the same as they ever were. I stake my pride, my soul, my very being on my blade, and wield it to attain ever greater heights. That is what it means to me. Why I value it above all else. Or so I say. I'm conflicted, to tell you the truth.
Is there something, or maybe someone you value?
Conflicted? About what?
In both my time at the academy and during these past few weeks of fighting alongside one another, I seem to have found something else just as precious to me.
Aww.
Are you suggesting...
I've now discovered a new reason to fight. One that differs from the reason I fought for all this time. And that reason gives me more courage and power than I've ever felt before. Never could I have imagined there would be anything that would mean as much to me as my path of the sword. At least, not until I met you.
Oh, Laura. Best pairing right here.
Laura?
Reen, I think I love you. At first, we were just friends, but now I see you as something far more. That's why I need to know. Do you feel the same way about me too?
Oh, you better say it, Rena Rumble. Find a way to reach into the game and strangle you.
I wanted to be the one to say it first, but it looks like you beat me to it. I always figured that as a man, it'd end up being my job.
Sorry, that was presumptuous of me. I'm simply not used to these sort of things.
They're so cute. And I like that it had more natural development to it. Where Lisa's played a little too heavily on the tropes.
No, don't worry.
The cliches.
You've got nothing to apologize for. I've always admired you ever since our first day here. Your swordsmanship is so elegant, strong, and beautiful that I couldn't help but be captivated by it. And by you. You're as strong as you are reliable, but that feminine side you show from time to time is adorable too. I'm always happy to be part of our class, but having a place where the two of us can better ourselves makes me happiest of all.
Truly?
I love you too, Laura.
Yay! I'm a happy player now.
Even after we graduate, I want to keep walking alongside you, following the path of the sword. And I hope that we one day reach those heights we're aiming for. but together. I'm glad I finally got the chance to say it.
Kiss, you fools! Yeah, oh, they were so close.
Laura?
I had no idea it would make me this happy to hear you say you love me. My face feels like it's on fire from blushing so much.
I feel the same way, you know. We've got no way of knowing what the future holds in store for us. But we can't let a war like this stand in our path. Like you said, we have a lot of obstacles to overcome. And by overcoming ours, we'll prove we're capable of so much more.
Yeah, we will. May we both wear the way of the sword proudly, and together protect our friends and our future.
Oh, I wanted a kiss! Why couldn't you two kiss? Still, that one was pretty good. Probably the best. Definitely the best, in fact. No one can compete with those two. Alright, well, I don't need to skip ahead at all. What I do need to do is to take a little break soon. So thank you, everyone who's been watching. Now that we've gone through the full list, feel free to share your thoughts on which two do you think had the best scene? Which two do you think had maybe the worst scene? I, of course, think the best scene was Laura. And Gaius or Milliam, probably for my worst. Yeah. Anyhow, please share your thoughts, your comments, like, subscribe if you've enjoyed. And if you enjoyed, you can support me on Patreon or follow me on Twitter. I'll talk to everyone soon for more.